What's happening, folks? I am at Governor's Gun Club in Kennesaw, Georgia, and it's a fabulous day to review the Taurus G2s. I'm excited about this subcompact pistol for a number of reasons, but before I dive into any of that stuff, as a YouTuber, I am required, it's in our contract, to roll one of those montage B-roll with overly dramatic action music, so we're gonna cut to that right now. All right, folks, I am excited to jump in. Before we do so, let's give a shout out to our channel sponsor, Sportsman's Guide. Sportsman's Guide is awesome. If you guys want to go ahead and shop deals on hunting goods, sporting, shooting accessories, guns, ammunition, use my code WARPOET. It's going to start saving you that money. All right, folks, let's go ahead and knock out this unboxing. I'm going to share all my thoughts and shoot it a bunch for you. Here we go. So, owner's manual. We should read these. I'm not going to because I'm a dude. That's a terrible example. Read the manual, I guess. These things suck. Awesome, wonderful. Magazines are a 7+1. It comes with 2. I already preloaded one. And I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe you get a free plastic bag that says Taurus with it. That's extremely nice. Immediately out of the gate, I really like the grip texturing. I'm looking forward to shooting this. I've never shot it before. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit of a background on why I wanted to look at this gun in the first place. I found this on a deal for $170. 170 bucks. And it looks to me like it's done in the same good old technology of the striker fire guns that I so adore. So it looks like the other ones, and I want to see if it has any semblance of reliability, so this could be an actual option. I am skeptical on whether this gun is going to perform well. Taurus isn't exactly the pinnacle name and reliability, so immediately that's a strike just on name alone. Don't judge it, but maybe it's amazing. I've also just done a cursory review or a cursory look at the different gun reviews that are out there. Some of them gave high marks and some of them did not give high marks. And so that leaves me at the point where I want to see for myself. So I'm going to run a couple hundred rounds through this today. I've never shot it before, but it looks like the normal striker fire guns that I love. So maybe for 170 bucks, this could be a viable option. We shall see. But really, it's going to take more than a couple hundred rounds to really know whether this is going to be good. Does it tell the test of time? And this is just one data point in your decision-making criteria, right? So let me go ahead and do some quick reviews on the specs of this. We'll jump in and start shooting it. So this is a subcompact. As I said, it is a 7-round magazine plus 1 in the pipe, total of 8, which gives me better round capacity than my Glock 43. Good job, though it is similarly sized. It's 4.8 inches tall, a little bit taller than the MMP. It is 1.2 or 1.1 inches wide. It feels a little boxy, not nearly as much as a compact Glock, a Glock 26 or so, but it certainly seems a little bit more boxy than, say, your Shield or Glock 43. Weight's about 20 ounces. Barrel length is 3.2 inches. The overall length is 6.3 inches. The safety mechanisms is it has a manual safety on the side, which some people are really going to like, and I personally hate because of how I carry guns. This is just slowing me down, and it's one more point of failure when you need a gun immediately. It has a trigger safety right here, so it's this little detent, which all the Glocks have, and all the other striker fire guns are incorporating now as well. And it has a loaded chamber indicator right here on top, so that if there's a round in the chamber, this little guy is going to pop up, and you'll see that red on the side right there. That right there will show that there's a round in the chamber. So it'll also have the normal striker fire gun safety mechanisms inside. If we take this apart, nice little buttons here on the side to take apart. Very good. And yep, just like a normal striker fire gun, it's got the same fire control system and the same technology. So good job not trying to reinvent the wheel, Taurus. All right, one other thing that I like that Taurus did on this is they have an accessory rail here, something that you're not seeing on other subcompact guns like the 43 or Shield. So I'm able to throw a light on there if I wanted to. I've got the wrong adapter, so this would go flying off, but you could do it, so good job. What remains is for us to just shoot it and to give my opinions on what I think about it. I'll also let Miss Poet shoot it. I want to hear what she says because she loves the subcompacts even more than I do. So without further ado, let's run this gun. So right out of the gate, no stoppages. The muzzle flip wasn't that bad. I could get a good bit of hand on there, and the texture really worked as well. So I was seeing my sights perfectly return on target, which is good. Grip angle isn't exactly what I like, but pretty darn good. Right out of the bat. Let's see how our grouping was going down range. Don't worry about that little guy. The grouping is fantastic. I like upper thoracic hits, so this is where I aim anyway. And this was like the wind. There's a bad wind in here. So, and the Coriolis effect, of course. So anyway, right out of the bat, pretty darn good. I'm questioning the reliability factor now. And so I'm just gonna put lots and lots of rounds. We'll time lapse them. But before we do, y'all want someone prettier. I know you do, I do as well. Mrs. Poet, you wanna run this gun, baby? You're gonna crush it? Do it for the tube? Ceasefire. Let me help out here. Let me help out just a little bit. All right, go ahead. And what you'll want to do
I see where this is going.
is go ahead and hold on. There's something. Let me wipe that hair behind your ear.
In all your classes?
All right, good. Just like that. Just like that. Resent. So stoppage right here, slide lock back to the rear even though the gun wasn't empty. Sometimes this happens to me when the slide stop lever just sticks out a little too far. I don't know what happened there. That's my first stoppage and we're probably 50 rounds in. Not a big deal, we just go forward. So good so far. All right, let me show you the trigger real quick on this. It's a really pronounced prep, so way deep in there, and there's nothing to it. Real simple right there, hits that wall, and then it's a pretty short and crisp break. Overall, I like the trigger. Mrs. Poet doesn't, so to each their own. Prep stop and ease that trigger back. Here's the reset. And then it resets. Here we go. Prep, stop. Easy back, shot breaks, and then the reset, out, resets right there, and we're ready to pull again. All right, let's shoot more. Another stoppage, lock into the rear. It could be how I'm gripping it. I'm gonna purposefully drop my grip lower so it's not interfering there and seeing if that's the problem. The safety hasn't flipped up while I'm shooting though, and that was one of my bigger points of concern. I'm purposefully keeping a low grip down here so that I'm not pushing this slide stop lever out. That's not how I shoot, but as you're watching, I feel a little jacked up because my thumb is lower than it should be. But I'm just seeing, is that something that I'm inducing by nature of the high support thumbs forward grip, or is it something that the gun is doing? I bet it's me, but still, it shouldn't happen. All right, folks, so that's 200 rounds. You saw it had 2 stoppages. That was actually user-induced as my thumb's forward grip. This pad is pushing up on the slide stop lever here, causing the slide to lock back even when the gun wasn't empty. I don't like that that's happening. I don't want to have to change my grip around a gun. With some of these, I was dropping this a little bit lower, so the problem didn't happen. The gun really just ran fine. I felt like the trigger allowed me to have a pretty high degree of accuracy if I'd chosen to slow down and be real meticulous. Overall, so far, I like the gun, and for 170 bucks or to 220, somewhere in that range, if that's all you got, this might be a good contender. We'll see if it stands the test of time. I want to see how they perform over a couple years and thousands of rounds. That's the real test. But this hopefully gives us a clue, and right out of the gate, it's better than I thought, guys. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you thought it was awesome, I thought it was great. Yes, I'm biased. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, notifications bell, comment down below. Make sure you shop Sportsman's Guide, use my code WARPOET, and holy cow, that's a wrap. Lots of things to say. Thanks for tuning in. Train hard, train smart. I'll see you next time.